I grew up with very adventurous parents. I was in the mountains when I was a baby. And at some point, the desire was born to go even to more remote places that you could not drive to. And Antarctica was the dream that I had to visit. Leading expedition means that I'm responsible for all of the activities that we do outside of the vessel. But for me, it's mainly focusing on offering guests an amazing experience in those remote places and leading a team of 24 expedition staff in how to give that best experience to our guests. A big part of expedition cruising is teaching people about the environment. We have marine biologists on board, we have historians on board, ornithologists on board, so people have an in-depth knowledge on those topics. To share that passion with the guests and then get back that enthusiasm. Yeah, it's a very highly dynamic, highly intense environment, but also extremely rewarding. I love living a little bit in uncertainty sometimes. It makes you feel incredibly alive. There's parts of the world where we don't dictate anything, and we have to work with what nature gives us. The entertainment is not on board, it's outside. And I always, or nearly always, say to the guests, look around you, because that is something that is like nowhere else on Earth. It is unique. Embrace the unknown, that is how you will get the best experience.
My name is Alessandro Zanello. I'm the captain of the Silversea. My father was a captain on both cargo and passenger ships. My first steps as a baby was on a ship. I've always been drawn to the sea. Every day it's a new challenge, and you don't get the chance to get bored, and that's what I love. On board we've got about 730 guests. I'm responsible for all their lives and the ship itself. My office has a view that changes every day. We get to see the best views that you can imagine. The ships is just amazing. I'm biased, obviously, because I'm the captain of it. It's got a lot more power, a lot more technology than the existing ships, which are already great, but this one is a step ahead. But what makes it amazing is really the crew that work on board. But we have a lot of different crew members from about 50 different nationalities. I met my wife on board. We have beautiful ships, we have a very young fleet, and we have the best crew. When everybody loves their job and they do it with passion, you can only deliver a great product.
Wow. I love that. I love that. So he took his first steps as a baby on the ship. And by the way, the fleet is great, but my ship is the best. If I'm not being biased, I love that. I love that. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing?
Hi, I'm so good. How are you?
Doing awesome. Doing awesome. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday night. I'm Walter, your independent travel agent with Where's Walter Travel. We book your cruises, your land, your luxury, your expedition. And on most Thursday nights, we have the honor of welcoming some of our amazing travel partners. And for the first time, we have Silversea. Yay. Thank you for coming, Cheryl.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so great to be here.
Yay. Thank you. And I see, oh, man, Phil. So Phil and Sue were just up in Alaska with us. Hey, Mimi. SL is over in Scotland. Joins us all the time. I don't know what time it is over there, SL, but thank you for joining us. And hey, Eric. Happy birthday to you, coming up very soon up there in Alaska as well. So, folks, as always on a Thursday night, this is your opportunity to ask your question directly of Cheryl. She knows the brand even better than I do. And this is why I'm just so excited to have, the folks come on the show. So if you got questions about Silversea, itineraries, the ships, I know we're going to talk about food. I already told Cheryl, got to talk about food because food is amazing. Hey, Sue, how you doing? So first of all, Cheryl, why don't you just kind of tell everybody who you are and kind of how we work together?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, thank you, Walter, for having me on your show. It's incredible to be here. My name is Cheryl Pink, and I am the sales director for Silversea for the Mid-Atlantic region. So I have a team, peers across the country that work with travel advisors to make sure our guests are happy and having the most amazing ventures on Silversea. I am fairly new to Silversea. I've only been with the company for a little bit over the year, and I have a bit of an interesting come to the travel industry story.
Oh, yeah?
Non-traditional, yes. I come from the tech industry, so I sold software for many, many years. I lived
Oh, wow.
overseas, and fun fact, I had never been on a cruise before I joined Silversea. But I can tell you I'm a convert. This is the kind of cruising that I love. I've been lucky enough to be on our ships 3 times now, and on a celebrity cruise as well, part of the royal family we are now. So yeah, big fan.
Yeah, and let's remind everybody right off the bat, Silversea is part of the Royal Caribbean brand of families. We got Royal Caribbean, we've got Celebrity Cruises, we have Silversea. Pretty soon, we're now going to have Celebrity Rivers, which is going to be very interesting. And one of the things that Royal Caribbean did within the past year is they are now offering basically a 1-to-1 status match across the brand. So if you have built up loyalty in Royal Caribbean, if you built up loyalty Celebrity, you've never been on Silversea, well, guess what? Whatever your status is with those two, Silversea will basically put you at the equivalent on their cruise line. So you really don't have an excuse not to go try Silversea if you've already built up status in the Royal Caribbean brands, right, Cheryl?
Absolutely. I have an entire slide on our loyalty status match program, and I have something pulled up on our website to show you exactly what you can get to be as if you're a part of the Venetian Society, which is our loyalty program. So
the Venetian Society, that kind of sounds like, we got to come in with the cloaks and be, we got to go through the whole ceremony and all that.
Exactly.
I like it. That's kind of fun. All right. So without further ado, Cheryl does have quite a bit of information, but I encourage you guys, if you have questions, we'll take little breaks along the way. I'm going to interrupt her anyway. But if you got questions, by all means, go ahead and drop them into the chat. We'll work them into the conversation. Cheryl, I'm going to go ahead and set up. Let me go ahead and put your lovely presentation up on the screen. Perfect. And I will turn it over to you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Again, so excited to talk to you about Silversea. As I mentioned, I'm fairly new, but I am such a fan. I think we have such an incredible product, an incredible team, incredible service on board, and I can't wait to show you more about it. So without further ado, we will get right into it. So our mission is all about creating these once-in-a-lifetime moments for our guests through these immersive experiences in incredible destinations while having incredible comfort and amazing service on board our ships, no matter where you are in the world.
Wow.
Hallmarks of our brand, we're all about going deeper. Because we have these small, intimate ships, we can go to places that some of those big ships can't get. As I mentioned, unique destinations all over the world. We touch all 7 continents. We have incredible service on board, incredible cuisine, which we'll go into a little bit deeper, and of course, amazing enrichment, both on board and on shore.
Now, you talked a little bit about smaller ships, and I know you have a slide coming up, but can you just tell our guests, like, approximately, like, how many people we're talking about on your various ships?
Our largest ship is only 728 guests. That's the Silver Ray and the Silver Nova. And our smallest ship is the Silver Origin, which does Galapagos year-round. That's only 100 guests.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, cool. Thank you.
A mix within there, and it's so interesting. Some people love the newest ships, the Ray and Nova. Some love the smaller ships, the Shadow and the Whisper. Everybody sort of has their favorite, and they all have their sort of special sauce or things that make them and interesting.
The Silver Ray and the Silver Nova have gotten rave reviews from my clients.
And I have a lot of slides on that here, so we'll show you.
Yes, and I think the Silver Moon is the one we just saw up in Alaska. She was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
they're all amazing. Again, we have 12 ships. So 8 of those are classic and 4 of those are expedition. And again, I'm going to go into a fair amount of both classic and expedition in this presentation today. And as I mentioned, all 7 continents. So no matter where you want to go in the world, we probably have an itinerary that will get you there.
Wow.
So, very first slide, we said ultra luxury and all inclusive. What does that mean? That means you're going to have 24-hour gourmet dining. You're going to have butler service in every suite. And we do call them all suites. They're not cabins or they're all suites. We've got incredible entertainment and premium beverages throughout. So for the staff and services, again, you have butlers in every suite, and I'll go into what a butler entails and what that means.
Great. I get that question all the time. Wonderful.
As do I. And I was a little bit like, I think you need a butler, but I can tell you it's incredible, and I'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
Again, we have incredible ratios when it comes to crew to guest ratios. 24-hour in-suite dining. So maybe you don't want to go out and grab dinner. You can order from your suite at any time. Another thing that's incredible, and I don't think a lot of people know, is that we have complimentary transportation from the port to the city center when it's required by the destination. So say you don't want to go out on a shore excursion, or maybe your shore excursion is scheduled for later in the day, you can still take a free bus or van into the city center and explore on your own. So that's
nice.
for those that want to.
So you don't have to find a taxi or the port shuttle or whatever. You guys are providing something. Oh, that's really nice. I like that.
While you're disembarking, there is a schedule of the pickup and drop off, and I recommend taking a photo of that, and then maybe pinning on your maps where the pickup and drop off is, just so you make sure you know how to get there.
Wow. I mean, that's just a small thing, but it just takes a lot of pressure off. It's like, the port is like 10 minutes away, but I don't want to have to figure out, I guess I'll just hang out on the ship and wait for my excursion. But now it's like, no, we got you. We got something. It's going to get you over there. Don't worry about it. I like it. I like it.
And then, of course, port taxes and fees are covered all as part of your fare. Everything on board. So we have multiple restaurants, up to 10. And I think for some of our smaller ships, there's 4 restaurant options. Unlimited champagne, spirits, and many, many different wines. Coffee and fine teas, all of those different enrichment lectures and onboard entertainment. And listen, because we're small ships, we're not going to have quite the production that our sister brands at Royal and Celebrity do. They'll have
You're not going to do like the Effectors or Back to the Future, really? You're not going to do that on that little tiny ship?
They're so good. They're so good. But we have incredible singers and dancers, and there's a show generally every night. I was actually in East Africa over Christmas on the Silver Spirit, and they brought on a local dance troupe while we were in Zanzibar overnight. And so when we have the opportunity, when we have those overnights, we try and bring in local entertainers, dancers, or singers. So.
You know what I love about these small ships, a lot of times the entertainment staff are also the ones that might be doing the trivias and some other games and stuff. So you really get to, when you go on a big ship like Royal Caribbean, amazing shows, but you're only going to see them on stage unless you happen to see them walking around. But on the smaller ships, you really get to engage with them doing other things. And I think it's one of the coolest things about the smaller ship is that the entertainment staff is also like the cruise director staff is also, and it's a really neat atmosphere.
You can become really close with the people on board. It's we've used the word intimate. And again, it's a great way to get to meet people, get to know people, both guests and the onboard staff. It's really, really special.
Amazing.
Of course, access to the fitness center, sauna, steam room, and relaxation areas. And then we do have complimentary Wi-Fi, and those onboard gratuities are covered as well. So this is something that Walter spoke about. So when you pay for a Silversea fare, if you want, that's all you need to pay for. Everything is covered. We do have some dining options that you can pay for, and I'll show you some of those a little bit later. You can go to the spa, get a massage if you want. If you have that incredible onboard credit that you get from your travel advisor, you can spend that at the shops. There is a very small casino, but again, our fares are all inclusive, and again, great value for what you are getting.
Yeah. And am I correct that the shore excursions are really the only thing that you would have to pay for if you want to?
You know what? I didn't actually even include that. A shore excursion is included in every port.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So,
I have that on another slide. My apologies.
No, don't apologize. I mean, hey, that was a great question. And folks, this is one of the things that Rebecca and I have really been starting to lean into with a lot of our clients is there's two prices for a cruise. There's the cost, the cruise fare to get on the ship, and then there's the cruise fare to get off the ship. And sometimes they can be very dramatically different because yes, you got your room, you're on the ship, and now you pay for the dining, you pay for the drinks, you pay for the Wi-Fi, you pay for the gratuities, and all of a sudden this nice little cruise fare ends up way up here somewhere. Whereas when you start looking at lines like Silversea, you come on at this fare and you kind of go off very often at the same place. If you want to add some more things, you can, but the cost to get off the ship is basically the same as to get on the ship. And that is one of those factors that you really have to look at, not to mention that almost one-to-one service, that intimate service. I mean, when we're on a smaller ship, I only have to order coffee one time. The next time I come back to the coffee shop, oh yeah, Americano with oat milk, right? Yep. Don't even have to say it. And usually the second time is hi, Walter. And it's like, how did you know that? So yeah, there is definitely some, if you've never been on a smaller ship and experienced the intimacy that you get with the crew, with your fellow passengers and all of that. I mean, yeah, you are definitely on the right show tonight.
It's amazing. It really is. And again, I think I have some more information about the shore excursions, and we can take a look at that a little bit later. But one shore excursion is included in every port. However, we do have opportunities for you to pay for a different shore excursion. So the helicopter to see Mendenhall Glacier might be an extra cost. That's not one of the included.
I would think so. And Alex, I see you're here now. We're going to be talking a lot about food coming up. So hang in there. We've got there's some really interesting things about Silversea and their ships and restaurants. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. And this is where we talk about the butlers. So personalized service. Again, so I take a look at the ship reviews that come in after almost every single voyage or itinerary. And consistently, it's our service that is what blows people away and keeps people coming back again and again and again. As I mentioned previously, so you do have butler service for every suite. Again, that crew to guest ratio is incredible. And of course, we have the welcoming and anticipatory attention. So not only do you have a butler for your suite, but you also have a room attendant. And so the butler is there to take care of you, and the room attendant is there to take care of your room. And like I mentioned, I was like, what do you need a butler for necessarily? But I will tell you that it's so incredible. They come and introduce themselves. They ask if you want a different pillow. They will, one of the things that I recommend you have them do is walk you through how to use your television and the remote, because there's so many good things that you can find on the TV, whether it's the room service menus or the menus for the different restaurants, or to see if there's a different shore excursion maybe that you want to try or what's still available. There's so many things that you can do with that remote and on the television, and they're great at walking you through that. My very first cruise on Silversea was to Alaska, and my butler was named Holden, and he had been with Silversea on a previous contract in Antarctica, and he was now in Alaska. And he said, you know, Miss Cheryl, can I put together a spa experience for you when you come back from your shore excursion? And I didn't really know what that was, and I said sure. And so I was out all day. I don't remember where we were, maybe Juneau. But we come back, and I was traveling solo, so I had the suite myself, but I came back and there was music coming from my bathroom. And, there were this beautiful, relaxing music, lavender bath salts, before, these lit little electric candles. It was just the most special way to come back from a long day, which is kind of
wow.
been rainy out, and just have this incredible spa experience before I went out for dinner. So Butler
Aw.
can do anything for you. They can shine your shoes. They've also cleaned my luggage for you. They can help you pack. They can help you unpack. They can make dining arrangements for you. If you want to watch a movie one night, they can bring you popcorn. There's so many things they can do for you. And I recommend
Aw.
to Walter, to your travel advisor, ask what they can do, because you definitely want to make sure that that you're taking advantage and using them, because they're there to, again, anticipate your needs, to surprise and delight, and just to make your journey with Silversea incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool. How nice. Yeah, because we were just up there. It was rainy and cold in Juneau and Ketchikan, and that would have been nice to have had a nice bath drawn and ready for me when I got. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
A little bit more about suites. And again, I'll show you some renderings of the suites in a little bit, but everything is an ocean view. So we have no interior suites, and most offer a private veranda. So most have the deck and veranda outside. Again, I'll show you some photos in a little bit, but there's a bedroom and a sitting area, hence the suite. Obviously incredible mattresses and linens. One of the things that I love most is the walk-in wardrobe. It's so nice to be able to just unpack and put your suitcase away, and have everything out and just there for you. We've got Wi-Fi, refrigerator, and bar set up. Again, your butler can make sure that you only have Diet Coke, or you only have sparkling water if that's what you want.
What about if I only want the blue M&Ms? Will he do that too?
They 100% will. Yes.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
One of my colleagues has a story about that. She always used to pick out the cashews in her mixed nuts. And so her butler started bringing her the cashews. It legitimately happens.
I love it. I love it.
Yes. I mentioned, we got a choice of pillows, and then of course all the different things that you might get in a luxury hotel. That interactive media library, again, I really recommend you have your butler walk you through how to use that. You can see the view from the bridge. There's all sorts of different fun things that you can see on
Very cool.
on your TV as part of that media library. So
very cool.
Yeah. Okay. We're to the good stuff. We're to the food.
Yeah, my favorite part, man.
Yes.
Coffee, food, and a little bit of cocktails.
The cocktail, that's what I enjoy. So again, we really value culinary excellence, and it's really important to us to make sure that you get an understanding of local cultures from different venues, casual eateries. Really, every single place that we're going has its own unique cultural identity, and you can discover that via food. And so, like I said, we have sophisticated menus, specialty restaurants, up to 10 dining options. As I mentioned, there's open seating.
10. That's a lot on a small ship. Wow.
It's a lot, but again, they're incredible, and the food is amazing.
Wow.
And I think I have some more slides that go into it in a bit more detail than the actual restaurants, but there's also open seating. And so it's not like you have a set sort of time that you need to show up. We do recommend that you make dining reservations for some of the venues and specialty dining restaurants. And it depends on the ship, which restaurants you need reservations for. Again, your travel, Walter can inform you of that. It generally opens, I think, about 150 days out. Yes, again, culinary experiences, and then our SALT program, which is something that is new for us in the last few years. SALT stands for Sea and Land Taste, and this is something that we're rolling out to the entire fleet, but it's only available on 4 of our ships right now. The Muse is going into dry dock, and so that will be the 5th ship that will have Sea and Land Taste enabled.
Nice.
But again, what this does is it's kind of like the Anthony Bourdain main experience of dining on our ships. You're getting these
Okay.
local flavors, restaurants, cocktails, hands-on workshops, and then excursions.
Wow.
That generally that you pay for, but that will give you these amazing dining experience.
Wow. So it's like workshops on the ship and then also going, oh, I love, oh,
Yeah.
I am so doing this. I am so doing this.
Yes. Yes. So the Salt Lab is where you can do these hands-on workshops. So generally on sea days, they have about 2 different workshops per day. If it's something you're interested in, I do recommend that as soon as you get on board, you go and book, because you can only book that when you're on board.
Okay.
The other thing about the Salt Lab is that at night, it turns into the chef's table.
No.
Our premium dining experiences.
Mm.
So that's just, and I have a view of the one on the Silver Ray a little bit later. We'll show you that.
Oh, yay.
It's
Wow.
just beautiful.
Is there an added cost to do the Salt Lab?
For that? And again, off the top of my head, I'm not entirely, I think it's 100.
No, for the chef table, yes. But what about the Salt Lab?
No. Nope.
So the Salt Lab is included. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Salt Kitchen is one of the dining venues that you do not need a reservation for. You can just show up, and the menu rotates over the course of your voyage or sailing. But again,
Nice.
if you're in Alaska, you're getting salmon, you're getting crab cakes, you're getting things that are specific to your destination. If
Nice.
you're in Portugal, you're getting paella, you're getting all of the different things from the destination you're in. The
Nice.
Salt Bar. So this is also incredible. Amazing cocktails. I'm not sure if any of you follow us on Instagram right now, but there's been some incredible social media posts we've had of these cocktails, and our mixologists are amazing. And
Nice.
again, Salt Bar is another thing that you can do is cocktail making classes here, and again, that's free, and that generally happens on sea days as well. So that's something you would ask your bartender, when can I sign up for a cocktail class?
Well, I know what bar I'm going to be hanging out at.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow.
And then we have salt talks and experiences. And again, these are the shore excursions or talks on board, where we would bring on a chef. Or again, in Alaska, I did a salt experience. It wasn't an additional cost, and I paid for it myself. But we went to, it was in Juneau. It was a James Beard award-winning chef who essentially cooked us a private meal. There were 8 of us. And it was 3 courses he walked us through. There was also beer pairings from the brewery we're at. It was just a really, really
cool,
amazing experience for a foodie. And again, it was all locally sourced as it could be in Alaska. And it was just a really incredible experience. So again, look for those. We have different experiences in Italy and France and all across the world. So anywhere,
I love it.
These really, really special experiences.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. You're talking my language.
It's something, again, we're incredibly proud of. We put a lot of time and energy into, and it's something that, again, is getting rave reviews from our guests on board.
And you said right now it's on 4 ships. It's going to be on a 5th ship. Are you going to try to bring this across? Obviously, some of your really small ships, you probably won't be able to do it, but are you going to try to bring it to a majority of your fleet?
Yes. As soon as we can, we're trying to roll out to the entire fleet.
Okay. So we do have a couple. Are you kind of like at a little stopping point here before we move on, or?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. I have a couple of questions.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm going to bring this back on. Let's bring us back over here. So, Alex, oh wait, let me get rid of that thing. So sorry. Alex is one of my solo travelers, and you mentioned being a solo.
Yeah.
He wants to know, how is the solo experience on board?
Yeah, it's so the 3 times that I've been on Silversea, I have been a solo traveler. We do have some single supplements as low as 25%. So we have some fares geared towards the solo traveler. And then, so I was traveling again on the Silver Spirit over Christmas. There was about 40 of us solo travelers, and we would get together every night. So there would be a meetup. So one of the assistants assistant cruise directors would get everybody together in Dolce Vita, the bar where you grab a cocktail before dinner, and we would chat and have a good time, and again would make sure that everybody had a dinner companion if you wanted it. I met some people on that cruise that I'm still connected to, and a lot of people have met people that they've traveled with again. So I would say, again, traveling on Silversea, it's a great way to meet new people, and then also again just to you can do your own thing and you have your own privacy and if that's what you want as well. So yeah, great options for solo travelers.
And just to reiterate the point you said, you do have select sailings with solo supplements starting as low as 25%.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
That is awesome sauce.
Yeah.
Mimi has a question about the food. What's the, how are, I do have quite a few guests who are either vegetarian, maybe they're pescatarian. So how are the vegetarian options? One thing that I found on the smaller ships, they really lean into it. And if they don't make it, you just simply have to talk to them and they will probably make something. But how is it on Silversea with vegetarian?
Yeah, we really try and make sure that everyone's culinary needs are addressed, and you're going to have an incredible meal no matter what. There are plenty of vegetarian options available. If you do have any specific dietary requirements, we recommend you put that into your guest information form. And then I'd also recommend you go introduce yourself to the maitre d' at the beginning of the cruise. They should be able to say, oh, I can see that you are gluten-free or that you are vegetarian. And generally, when you sit down for a meal, they'll say, oh, hi, Miss Pink. I see that you are vegetarian. Here are the options available tonight. Wow. So, yes, we try and do a great job of making sure that you're taken care of. And there's plenty of options in every single one of our venues.
And certainly, as we've talked about already, you do have a butler. And that would certainly be something to bring up with your butler, who could help walk you through or possibly go take that information for you to the maitre d' to get the process started. So another nice little touch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fabulous. All right. So I'm going to remind you folks that welcome to the show. We've got Silversea here tonight. We've got the wonderful Cheryl here. First time ever with Silversea joining us on a Thursday night. I'm Walter, your independent travel agent. If you would like to book your Silversea adventure, and Silversea right now has really been a celebratory cruise line for a lot of my clients. I just sent somebody on a 50th wedding anniversary, and he could not stop talking about the service. The service was over the top. They took care of us. They knew we were on our anniversaries. Like we didn't even have to ask for anything. Things just happened on the ship. And Silversea has really become that. I really want to try Silversea. I really want to. It's something. I'm having a big birthday. I'm having a celebration. I'm having this. And the more we learn about Silversea, the more we're leaning into. It's more than just a celebration. It's an amazing value and it's an amazing service. Of course, the ships are absolutely stunning. So I'm so excited you're here. Yeah. So, and folks, I'll remind you that if you want to book with us, just simply there are links down in the description, or go to where'swaltertravel.com, click on contact us, set up an appointment, and we'll go from there. And as always, our services are truly 100% free to you. So without further ado, I will turn it back over. Let me go ahead and bring your lovely presentation back. And people just, folks, keep just dropping your questions in. We'll take breaks from time to time, but for now, I'm going to turn it back over to Cheryl to keep taking us through a cooking class. Yes.
So those are those hands-on demonstration. Yes, that's the salt lab. And on the Ray and Nova, this is what it looks like. So it's this incredible view out to the ocean or your destination.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So on the Moon and on the Dawn, it's downstairs. You don't have quite this view. It's a more circular space, but it's still incredible. But this is the wow factor.
I can see a lot of jealous people walking by outside, suddenly looking in, going, what the heck's going on in there? And why am I not in there?
Exactly. I still have some of the recipe cards, again, from Alaska. I think it was crab cakes and a salmon dip that was part of the cooking demonstration.
Wow.
So that's it for food for now. I think I have a little bit more a little bit later, but
okay.
also have spas available on all of our ships. So again, it's a great way just to relax, get a massage, get a facial, get your nails done, get your hair cut if you don't have time to get it done before your holiday. And again, then we have these signature suite experiences as well. So you can set up a spa in your suite, in suite dining. Again, if you want to do breakfast out on your balcony, your butler can help arrange that as well.
Now, with the spa, are there elements that are included with obviously the massages and all of that you do have to pay extra for, but are there elements of the spa that are included with the cruise fare?
Yeah, there sure is. I'm not sure if I have any photos of the Ray and Nova, but there's this incredible sauna that, again, window out to the ocean or destination, and this beautiful sauna. It was empty while I was on there, and I spent a lot of time there. There's a plunge pool, a steam room, and then a sauna that you have access to. So yes, there are spaces that you have access to, and also, again, the gym area is accessible too. They'll do like maybe a stretching class in the morning or a yoga class in the morning. You do generally have to sign up for those, but those aren't at an additional cost. So
wow. And I'll just interrupt you really quick. Yeah. Darla, did she say that the hands-on cooking class was included? Yes, the cooking class on the ship is included. That's correct, right, Cheryl?
Yes, correct. Again, that's just one that you would need to go sign up for. It does fill up quickly because people, obviously it's a fun activity, but
right. So that now the chef table dinner that they do in there, that is extra. And correct. If you want to go off and do one of those excursions as part of that program, that may be extra as
generally an additional cost.
But the cooking class itself, yay. I just did a cooking class in Alaska and it was so much fun. Much fun. So yeah, I love anytime I see cooking classes on a ship, I usually will go do it because it's just fun just to learn something new.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's usually a cocktail involved somewhere.
Exactly. Speaking of cocktail, there's a cocktail for you right there, but we're actually talking about fares here. So with us, we have 3 different fares available for our guests right now. There's something called door to door, which I'll get into more on the next slide. We have a port to port fare, which is sort of exactly like it sounds. We also call this cruise only. So it is just the cruise and everything on board. And then we also have something called the essential fare. And the essential fare is new for us in the last year. And this is for sailings that are closer in. They're generally last minute cruises where we have inventory or space available, and you get everything on board, but there's no shore excursions included. So that is the difference, but it may be a little bit discounted because, again, we're trying to fill the ship. So if you don't have your last minute summer plans or need a last minute summer vacation, there may be some essential fares available.
And, this is one of the things Cheryl and I were talking about before the show. This is kind of an evolution since Royal Caribbean stepped in, and they've kind of evolved your pricing strategy, your inventory strategy, and it's a win for the customer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Our most popular is door to door and all inclusive. And
before you go any further, this is incredible, folks. My folks, for the 50th anniversary, the car picked them up at their house, took them to the airport, and then it brought them back home at the end. Now I'll let Cheryl go. It's incredible.
Yeah. So again, this is our door to door. It's all inclusive. And just like Walter said, we pick you up at home in a car. We use Black Lane as that service. So one thing to note, it does depend on where you are. We only operate where Black Lane operates. So that is something to think about. I know Ohio is in my territory and Black Lane doesn't operate in Ohio.
What?
So, yeah, I know it. And again, it's unfortunately we can't make them do anything. But what we would do is just add a credit onto your account if you still wanted to do door to door.
And folks, I can get you a private, wherever they're not, I can get you a private car. to take care of it for you.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And then again, we'll make flights, international flights. Economy is included, and you can upgrade to business if you would like. Again, there are pros and cons to this. If you're very particular about your flights and airlines and those types of things, then maybe you want to book your own or have Walter book your flights for you. But it also is incredibly nice when maybe something goes wrong, like a fire at Heathrow or a blackout in Portugal. If something goes wrong, Silversea and our team at Silver Sky, which again is now part of the royal family, is on it immediately and working to rebook you and get you taken care of. So Silver Sky in our air program again has improved significantly, and again, really proud of what we offer there. If there's any hotel where you need to stay, we'll do that. Transfers and luggage handling happens. Of course, everything on board, like I mentioned, the shore excursion in every port, the butler gratuities, all the restaurants, beverages, and then of course we get you home just the same way. A little bit different on expedition, real quick. So there's no shore, it's not like shore excursions on a classic ship. Everything is a shore excursion. So you're talking with the expedition team the night before to see where you're going, and you'll have a plan for the next day and maybe what team you're in or what color you're on, whether you're going to be on the Zodiacs or whether you're going to be out hiking, all those sorts of things. Again, tons of lecturers and what I like to call the ologists. So the marine biologists and the geologists and the ornithologists, the bird ones. And then there's the expedition gear. So in the Arctic and Antarctica, you get a parka, and then you also get a backpack and water bottle for our.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
That's very cool. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Any questions on the fares there? So door to door, port to port, which is cruise only, and then essential, which is the cruise only but without shore excursions.
Yeah. So Alex just wants to know how far, like you said, these are last minute with the essential fare. Was that?
Yeah, 5 months.
5 months. So
Yeah.
within 5 months of the cruise is when we would start to see those pop up.
And of course, it's only if there's availability. So if it's a sold out or waitlisted cruise, that wouldn't be available.
Gotcha. And of course, even if it's not sold out yet, you may not make essential fares based on how the cruise is going. So just because we're at the 5 month mark doesn't mean it's automatically going to be essential fares, folks. Silversea reserves the right to, based on the history, the progression, how things are selling, they may or may not make essential fares available.
You're 100% correct, Walter. Thank you.
I've been doing this a little while. I figured out a few things. Okay, good. I was right. But on average, you'll start to see them about 5 months out. I love it. I love it. So
good. Okay. All right. Real quick. What am I doing on time? Are we good?
You're doing good. We got 20 minutes technically left in the show, but we're having a good time.
Good. Okay, amazing. So I want to tell you more about our fleet, and I know we've sort of sprinkled some things in here and there, but we want to talk to you about our 12 ships. Ooh. So we have the largest fleet in the luxury space, and one thing that I would like to make sure you leave here knowing as well is we also have the newest fleet in the luxury space. So of our 12 ships, 6 have been launched since 2020. So the newest again are the Ray and the Nova. I've been on the Nova twice. So that's the ship that has my heart and is special to me. Again, it's 728 guests for both the Ray and Nova. We've got the Muse class, which is the Spirit, Dawn, Moon, and Muse. Spirit is the other one that I've been on, and that has a bit of a special story as well. And I don't know it exactly, but at one point it was cut in half and elongated. And so
that is so cool when
I'll
they do that.
I'll send you the details later, but there's a very cool article about how it was elongated. So it's again, very, very special ship. Again, the Moon and the Dawn are the other ones that currently have the SALT program right now. The Muse is getting, you see that refurb late 2025. That's when the SALT will happen on the Muse. And then we have the Shadow class. So that's the Shadow and the Whisper. And those, again, are our smallest classic ships. I was just on the Shadow for a ship tour up in New York a couple of weeks ago in Manhattan. It was taking off for a grand voyage, an 87-day grand voyage.
Oh, wow.
People just love the Shadow, and it's very small and intimate. As you can see, only 196 suites. So pretty special. And then we have our expedition ships. So we have the Wind and the Cloud, and then the Endeavor, which is the newest, launched in 2021, refurbished 2023, and that's the most expensive expedition ship ever built. And I have another slide on the Endeavor, I think. And then of course the Silver Origin. So 50 suites, 100 guests on the Silver Origin, and that does the Galapagos year round. So
nice.
Galapagos.
Nice. It's quite the fleet.
Yeah. Any questions on that?
I mean, you know, it's amazing that you have quite the variety. And like you said, because I obviously do sell the wide array of luxury, and nobody else has a fleet that even comes close to what you just described. It's very cool.
Yeah. And like I said, they all have their own sort of special appeal or special things about them. And so, what like the Ray and the Nova are very similar, but then you'll go on to the Shadow class and have just a different experience, but you're getting the same Silversea experience. And service. So, okay, a little bit more about the Ray. Again, this was just launched in 2024, last year. She's our newest. We call her the Ship of Light because there is just glass everywhere. We saw that in the Salt Lab. So there's just glass everywhere. Incredible wide open spaces. When I was in Alaska, again, it's our largest ship at 728 guests. It was a full ship, but you didn't feel it at all. There were still plenty of spaces where you could have privacy, where it didn't feel like you were on top of one another. You could still get dining reservations. So again, despite their size, they're still just incredibly well built and great spaces to get around. The other special thing about the Nova and the Ray is that they're asymmetrical in their design. So again, this is a little bit different. The pool deck is on one side of the ship, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And then on the other side are the elevators. And so the elevators are glass and look out to your destination or to the ocean. And I can't tell you, Walter, how many times I saw people peer out and hit their forehead on the glass because they're just looking just wide-eyed, and it's just so beautiful. And I did it. Beautiful view. Yeah.
It's very unusual to see the pool off center like that.
And this is the pool deck on the Nova. So again, this way you're looking out to your destination rather and looking in on all of the other guests on board. So
stunning.
This is the marquee. It's a dining option for breakfast in the morning. I would go up here, and I was in Alaska on the Nova, so it was a little chilly, but they had blankets for you, if you wanted it. So it was a great place to grab a coffee.
That is beautiful.
Avocado toast, and then it's a lunch venue as well. It's really, really beautiful.
I love the seating. I love, I saw like there's some like sofas, some love chairs, and that's just fun seating. Not what you would expect on ultra luxury. You're like, oh, it'll all be this refined stuff. That was actually fun and playful.
Yeah, it's very it's like elegant, classic, and just modern with a twist.
Very nice. Very nice.
Here are some examples of our suites. So again, on the Ray and Nova, every single suite has a veranda. So the veranda suite is the lowest category for us. It's 358 square feet. Again, it's a great space. It goes up to the Medallion, which is 528 square feet, which I think is the size of my apartment that I'm sitting in right now. So it's a good size. Silver Suite, which is amazing. I was lucky enough to stay in a Silver Suite on the Silver Spirit. And again, incredible space. I don't think I have any more, but it goes up to the OTM Suite, which I think is like 1,300 square feet. And they have these incredible balconies outside with a whirlpool. No matter the size you want, you can get it. There are some where you can get an additional room connecting. So all sorts of different options.
Nice. And those are the people that you want to become friends with. You always want to find them on the ship. Just become friends with them. Go check out the balcony.
And they're always inviting people over for the balcony and everything else. This is a picture of the veranda suite. So again, the lowest category. So you can see outside, plenty of room for 2 chairs and to have your breakfast or a tea or caviar outside if that's what you want.
Yes. And I highly recommend that. We did breakfast and we did dinner on a luxury line. And it's not like, just room service where they just show up with the little, it's like a whole presentation that they bring out. So I strongly encourage you to have breakfast one day, maybe have dinner another day on your veranda when you're on a ship like this.
Absolutely. I agree. On to the Endeavour, as I mentioned, incredible ship, only 220 guests. The Endeavour serves Antarctica and the Arctic for us, 8 public decks, again, multiple restaurants, spas, lounges, and built in 2021. I was actually trying very hard to get on the Endeavour for an Arctic cruise this summer, but I'm afraid we keep selling out, and so no room for me. Hopefully,
darn it all.
I know we're doing too good a job, Walter. Thank you.
Us travel agents are just way too good at this, apparently.
We really are, and I appreciate that, and I want you to keep doing that. And listen, I've been to all continents except for Antarctica, so that's where I'm really hoping to get.
I have not made it there yet myself, so I need to make it there.
Let's make that happen. Yeah. Let's figure a group. Speaking of Antarctica, that's a great segue into expeditions. Again, this is something some people don't necessarily think of Silversea when they think of expedition. But again, we helped pioneer this space in the luxury market. We've been doing this for 17 years. We saw an opportunity to have these incredible experiences at the most remote parts of the planet, but then come back to the ship and have the incredible experience on board.
You even christened one of your ships in the Antarctic, didn't you?
I don't know. Maybe we did.
I think you did. It might have been before you joined, but I think your latest expedition ship, you actually christened it you pulled it into the ice and christened it on the ice. It was actually pretty cool.
I believe it because again, the Silver Endeavour, it's made as an icebreaker. I think
that was the one. Yep.
I bet you're right.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So again, like I mentioned, we pioneered this 17 years ago. We've been doing it for a really long time. We've got an incredible team of destination and innovation experts. We hired a crew to go to Antarctica and look for new landing sites and new places to go. It's obviously a popular destination, but we want to make sure our guests have the best experience. And also we're taking care of the continent and that it's still there for us to appreciate and explore.
Nice.
Again, industry-leading experience ratio. So like I said, we have all of those ologists and expedition leaders on board. We also have the highest Zodiac to guest ratio, which is incredibly important when you think about expedition. So when you're going to Antarctica, again, a thing to think about is are you going to be able to set foot on the continent? And the more chances you have for that, like I said, generally you'll have an opportunity to be on the Zodiacs in the morning or afternoon, and then the hiking vice versa. So you would do that opposite. There's also an opportunity for kayaking if it's safe and conditions allow. And that is free. That's no additional cost for kayaking. So because we have so many staff and we have so many Zodiacs, there's just more experience or more opportunities for you to experience these incredible places.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And then of course the journey. And this is something, again, would love to chat with you about. Again, expedition is a little bit different. Again, these are the far ends of the earth. So if you are booking expedition, always good to go in with the mindset that things can change. The weather is, hopefully going to be on our side, but safety obviously is incredibly important to us. And we're going to do everything we can to get you where you need to go, but you just got to sometimes be ready to go with the flow. From an expedition inclusion, so if there's pre or post hotel needed, and I'll show you a little bit later with Galapagos and Antarctica, there's charter flights included, transfers and luggage handling are all included. Always good to know, because you may not be able to take 2 big suitcases on expedition because of those charter flights. So always good just to check what the luggage requirements are for expedition. Again, everything that you would get on a classic ship, the ocean view suites, most with the veranda, all the restaurants, all that good stuff. You still get the butler service, incredible champagne and caviar, Wi-Fi, gratuities, all of that. And again, the expedition team, the lectures on board, and the expedition gear. So
incredible.
And I think I mentioned before, the backpack, the water bottle, kayaking equipment, the parka, that red parka, you'll probably see it around now with the Silversea, the waterproof pants for the fly cruise, because you are landing directly from the charter flight onto Antarctica. Boots. And then, of course, there's snorkel gear for the Galapagos and wetsuits as well.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. The 4 main places, again, that we service with our expedition product is Antarctica, the Arctic, the Galapagos, and then also the Kimberley and South Pacific in Northwest Australia. So again, fun fact about me, I lived in Australia for 5 years. I was in Sydney for 3 years and Perth for 2 years. And so I've been up to the Kimberley and Broome, but not the way we do it. And again, it just looks so incredibly beautiful.
Wow. And I see you and Phil have mentioned something about Australia, New Zealand. Hey, maybe expedition down through the Kimberley. That could be interesting.
It's so stunning. Another thing that we're incredibly excited about, and something that we do a little bit differently. So, Antarctica, you hear about the Drake Passage. You give 2 days on either side for the crossing. Well, if maybe you have motion sickness or don't want to attempt the Drake, we have a fly cruise program as well. So we are the only Antarctic operator in Puerto Williams. We're opening a hotel to service our fly program, opening January of this coming year. We're super excited about it, and I have some photos of the renderings. It's under construction right now. Again, as you know, these are the ends of the earth. There are not particularly, great luxury hotels or options. And so again, this is just a way to sort of make sure that the experience pre and post is going to be as comfortable it is when you're.
And just so everybody understands what you just said, because they may have missed it, but you're actually going to skip the Drake Passage if you do it this way. And that is always one of the most dicey parts of the entire voyage. So that's amazing that you're actually doing that.
Yeah. And here's the journey. So again, we go out of Santiago in Chile rather than Argentina. So again, whether we book your flights or you book flights with Walter, you get to Santiago, then there's charter flights to Puerto Williams. You would stay at the Cormorant at 55 South, and then you'll take your charter to King George Island, which is Antarctica, and where you would get on board your ship and have your 6 nights exploring Antarctica, and then the charter back, again, another hotel stay, and then back to Santiago. So that's what that journey would look like. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I like that you call it 55 South, because clearly that's where it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's and here I think, there we go. There's what it's gonna look like. It's all being constructed what is the word I'm looking for? Modularly. and it's being done in Mendoza and then taken in Argentina and then taken by train and then assembled down here at Puerto Williams.
Very cool.
So yeah, it's on the Beagle Channel. Hopefully we're going to have activities for people to do if you're going to be there for a day. Maybe if the weather's not looking perfect for the flight takeoff, again, keep you occupied and comfortable and things to do at the hotel. So
that is gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. Look where it is. So wow.
Yeah,
that's so cool. And again, you guys are the only ones doing this.
Correct. And then again, we get you right on that charter flight and onto the continent.
Well, you are in expedition mode the moment you touch down.
100%, yes. And then again, you're on the Zodiacs, you're experiencing, and I'll go through these pretty quick. These are just a bunch of photos of some expedition destinations. And as you can see, there's generally about 10 people on a Zodiac at a time, and just exploring. As you can see, kayaks. This is to the Arctic. So, up in Svalbard, you have the opportunity to potentially see polar bears, incredible villages in Norway and Northern Iceland.
Just gorgeous.
To Galapagos and the blue-footed boobies. This is another guest journey where, again, you have you got to get to Quito somehow, one or the other, and then you'd have a 2-night hotel that's included with your fare, and then the charter flight to the Galapagos. You get on the Silver Origin, and then again home. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. You guys make it so easy. You make it so easy.
That is certainly the goal. That is what we're trying to do. And generally, that's the way it works out, too. Another view of the Galapagos. This is actually, again, for the foodies. The Forbes Travel Guide gave us a recommended award for the grill on Origin. And something we're incredibly proud of. And here you go on this, 100 guest ship. Our culinary team has put together this incredible experience. Origin at the grill. So
that's amazing.
Pretty special. Yeah.
That's amazing.
This is the Kimberly. So the Kimberly is, again, you're not going to see a ton of wildlife, maybe some crocodiles, which is why you generally don't do kayaking there.
Right.
But it's all about the tides and the waterfalls and the rock formations. And then the indigenous art and drawings and paintings from, thousands and thousands of years ago. So that's enough of expedition. You may want to know who your fellow travelers are. We're almost to the end of this, I promise. Generally we see about 55 years and older, although I will say I'm a little bit younger than that. And I've never been the youngest one on the ship. So, it depends on what time of year you're traveling. It depends on the voyage length. It depends on where you're going. Again, we do allow children, but we don't have any sort of kids programs. So that's something to note and know. Again, a lot of baby boomers and Gen X, a lot of North Americans, but we again see a fair amount of people from the UK and Australia as well. A lot of couples sailing, but we see a lot of people that are new to cruising as well, especially in expedition. And of course, solo travelers, generally educated, but again, it's all kinds. And I think historically, maybe Silversea has been seen as a little stuffy. And I would say in my experience, that's not the case at all. It's incredibly welcoming. It is a luxury experience, but it's also kind and fun, and it's just an incredible way to travel.
Nice.
Speaking of not so stuffy, I think part of that was, we listened to our guests and, we had formal nights previously. We listened to them and we've adjusted our dress code a little bit. So what to wear during the day, it's, similar to what you would wear to a resort and or for the destination. Going to. If you're going to Alaska, you're going to be wearing, jeans and a parka and, things that you need to be
right.
for your excursion. Really, the only time we have any sort of requirements is after 6 p.m. in indoor spaces. We just don't want jeans, shorts, hats, tank tops, flip-flops, that sort of thing. The only time you would ever be required to wear a jacket is at La Dame, which is one of our specialty dining restaurants. It's the white glove synchronized service French restaurant that we have on board. And then when we do have cruises over 7 nights, there are some formal optional. Some people love to dress up. They love to put on the gowns. They love to put on the tuxedo. So we made sure that we have some options for people if they want.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then Expedition, which I didn't really title that well, my apologies. But there's no formal optional nights. Silver Origin is always casual. On La Dame, in La Dame, on the Endeavor, Cloud, and Wind, you never need a jacket. So no need to pack a jacket on Expedition.
That's good. That's good.
Yes. And then this is our loyalty match program. I think we're to the end of this, so I timed this okay.
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah. So again, ours is called the Venetian Society. The Crown and Anchor and Captain's Club. After 1 day, you are considered a Venetian Society member. And then our different tiers are 100, 250, 350, and 500 days. What I was going to share, and I'm not sure if I pull this over here, will this...
Yep, I see it.
It is? Okay, perfect. So these are the different things that you get with the Venetian Society. So the benefits, you get pre-sale access to new itineraries, access to specific events. One of the biggest things is you get 5% off of Venetian Society sailings. And then as you see, as you get more and more days, 5% goes up to 10% on all future things. So
if you've got that status on Royal Caribbean or Celebrity, remember, you're going to slide over and you may slide right into discounts without ever having set sail on Silversea. So definitely check this out. If you've forgotten that Silversea is owned by Royal Caribbean and we do have that lovely status match program now, be sure to check that out.
Yeah. And then again, things like complimentary laundry and pressing, upgraded champagne. And then, you get high enough. And this, I'm not sure if these actually work for the status match, but complimentary cruises for our longtime Venetian Society guests. So I think that is all I have for you.
Awesome. I'll put us back.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That
awesome.
Is it.
Wow. That was a lot.
That was a lot. I hope it wasn't too much. I hope that was.
No, we've got some nice compliments in here. SL's got some nice compliments. Alex, Gray, Sue, and Phil are excited. Jen's excited. I think that was really, really good. I would think that everybody I learned a lot actually tonight too. That was great. Yay. So folks, if you have any last minute questions, just go ahead and drop them in. But I'm going to remind you that we have been talking about Silversea all night tonight. And we are Where's Walter Travel. We are a travel partner with Silversea and our good friend Cheryl. So when you hear me talk about, we have connections, we have representatives with our travel partners, Cheryl has already worked with me on some things, and, not everything is perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. And if there is an issue and I need a little extra help, I go to Cheryl, and then Cheryl helps us to solve and find resolutions to things, as well as coming up with some great ideas as well that I wouldn't think of, because she knows the brand even better than I do. As a travel agent, I work with a lot of brands. I can't know everything about everything. So when I need a little help, a little reminder, I go to Cheryl, and she helps me make sure that we get the best vacation for you. So if we can help you book your Silversea cruise, certainly do reach out. Where'sWalterTravel.com. There are links down in the description. And especially if you are celebrating something, or you're just simply celebrating life and you want to have an experience like you've never had before. I mean, I know everybody's like, oh, butler. I think Cheryl's done a great job of telling you how amazing it is to have a butler in your room helping you out. So Cheryl, anything you'd like to leave us with?
No, again, just thank you so much for having me. Again, I love sharing about Silversea. Like I mentioned, before I joined Silversea, I hadn't been on a cruise, and now that I've done it, it's opened my mind, opened my world, and it's just an incredible way to travel and see the world, meet new people, and experience new things. I like to think that I am an advocate for Walter and Where's Walter Travel within Silversea. And so if there's anything you need, I'm here to make sure that we can make that happen for him and for our guests. So again, looking forward to having you on board.
Yay. Well, wonderful. Well, folks, I hope you had a good time here tonight. Certainly, if you think of any other questions afterwards, shoot me an email. I'll get them over to Cheryl if I don't have the answer. And until next time, again, I'll remind you, I'm Walter. Where's Walter Travel? Reach out for any of your Silversea cruise needs. I think y'all are about ready to get on one of these ships now. We see these ships, we kind of talk about them. I think you can see just how approachable these ships are now, how amazing that onboard experience. And if you pay a little bit more up in the front, you're not going to pay all that extra. All that nickel and diming goes away, and you are presented with an absolutely amazing experience that ends up very often being a better value than if you saved money somewhere else. So I hope you all had a good time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back. I don't know when I'll be back. Sunday, I've got to go to Cleveland. Cheryl, are you coming to Cleveland?
I will see you in Cleveland.
You'll see me in Cleveland. We're finally going to meet face to face. Yay. So I'm going to Cleveland for a week of training. So I don't know when I'll see you guys again live, but thank you so very much for tuning in. And I'll see you again soon. All right. Thanks, Cheryl.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.